Are Foot Squires any good? This was requested because their role seems less than intuitive, so let's take a good look at their strengths and shortcomings. Recruited for 750 gold for 188 upkeep base, influenced by the peasant economy. On Ultra you get 120 entities with 8,280 health between them, same as Battle Pilgrims. Armor is 70, no shields. Leadership is a relatively solid 65, considering Knights can boost that by 8 with mere presence. Speed is 28, which is Greatswords Chaos Warriors level slow. Melee attack is 26 base, with an attack interval of a fairly ordinary 4.3, no splash damage. Melee defense starts out at 24, and these figures are not impressive, but weapon strength of 35 is pretty decent. A split between base damage 9 and armor piercing 26, with a bonus versus infantry of 12. Charge bonus is 18 and mass is 120. In the redline skills, similar to Battle Pilgrims, Worshippers of the Grail grants plus 12 armor and a maximum of plus 6 melee attack, badly needed here. A Peasant's Duty grants rank 7 veterans plus 12 more armor plus 5 leadership and 10% physical resistance. The current tech tree benefits Foot Squires with a couple of upkeep reduction attacks, and Master Swordsmiths adds plus 12% weapon strength, which is welcome. So how do you use Foot Squires? That's why this video was requested. Fortunately, I see a clear answer. We are staring at a poor man's Empire Greatswords unit, and I mean that on multiple levels. It's the same role, it's a cheaper unit and has lower performance, but as I said, it's the same role. And what role is that? Well, you're a cavalry faction. What's your biggest routine irritant? Spearmen. Any variety. What's the solution to spearmen? Anti-infantry. This just happens to be the armored, armor-piercing flavor of that as opposed to Battle Pilgrims. So while my video shows them against straight-up infantry, the role in battle is probably chewing up and pinning anti-cavalry infantry, and pinning down and bloodletting the regular infantry so that cavalry can wreck it from the flanks. Given long enough, or given magical support, they can clean up against quite a few forces, but you don't really want to be that inefficient. Nonetheless, they're resilient enough against infantry that is not armor-piercing, which is quite a lot of what's in the game. So in those cases, they trade well. Actually, fighting halberdier-type infantry is one of the most painful things, because even with bonus versus infantry, they'll struggle to consistently defeat high melee defense, and moreover, their own melee defense is low enough that even halberdiers will hit a fair bit of the time, penetrating the armor. If you have Battle Pilgrims to do this instead, you probably want them to, but halberdiers have no shields, so peasant archers can really shred them. So how do they do against cavalry? Well, their charge defense is non-existent, and in a pitched melee, they'll trade, but I won't say they'll trade efficiently. On the other hand, a lot of cavalry is only moderately armor-piercing, so they can take a few knocks against a lot of cavalry. Instead of dwelling too long on this, I want to drag your attention back to the red line skills. Unlike Empire Greatswords, the early red line gives you access to plus 6 melee attack and a little extra armor, which actually matters because 70 is okay, but 82 is a lot more solid. Point is, the melee attack is badly needed to make a difference in pitched combat for a prolonged period of time. If your cavalry is so strong that this isn't you, that's fine, but I'm saying that's a relatively cheap and easy way to improve the unit. Past this is up to faction, lord, and magic specifics, so be creative, and if not an anvil, Foot Squires serve as a thorny foundation for your battle line. One thing to keep in mind for any such unit, inflicting it upon enemies perched upon city walls, preferably through the use of towers so that they're fresh, tends to work in their favor, though they'll still take casualties. It's just that the cavalry can't reach up there. Well, unless that cavalry flies, but that's usually something you do unto others as Bretonnia. Take care, and have fun bravely aspiring to knighthood that you're virtually guaranteed never to obtain. Isn't chivalry grand?